Hi guys, welcome
Hello.
to my vehicle. You know, I am currently in a car with Faye and we decided to go to IKEA and then we got stuck behind an accident. So now we're just going to be in a car for probably another half an hour. So we thought, hello. So we thought,
The camera.
bye.
Hello.
Okay, anywho, we're just stuck in a car and so I thought. Anyway, I'm going to be driving, you're going to be talking. But
Okay. So I have a
what do
question for
talk
you.
about?
Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yeah, 'cause
Mandela.
didn't we do a whole episode on it already?
Did we? No.
Reincarnation we did.
That is not the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Not even close.
Yes, I've heard of it.
Okay, so I've had some experiences lately that have shaken me.
Ooh.
I've been a little bit confused by them. I've felt lost. I've felt
Wow.
lied to, honestly.
Lied to?
And I've been really confused. Yeah. Can we talk just for a second? I was raised in the 90s. You were raised in the 80s and 90s and today.
90s.
And
today.
and
We're
today.
at Soft Hits radio station.
Yes. So we are children of the 90s. Back in the day, we used to have something called the Publishers Clearinghouse,
Oh, yes.
where you could randomly be selected. Ed McMahon would show up at your door with a giant fake check. Just this huge cardboard piece of check.
Yeah.
And you would have won this crazy amount of money. So, this happened all the time. People would always...
Oh, I know.
Yeah. People talked about it all the time, and people would make references to it. It happened. So, the other day, I'm scrolling on Facebook when I see this video of this woman talking about how apparently Ed McMahon never worked for the Publishers Clearinghouse. Never worked for him. It's not a thing.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true because I've seen him do it. I've seen him with the big check. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I remember having seen it. I remember, and there are lots of places that have this referenced. So, the woman said that this never happened. He didn't work for them. He never worked for the company. He worked for a similar company, but it wasn't Publishers Clearinghouse. So I did a little research on it and found that he did not ever work for Publishers Clearinghouse. He did work for another company,
I
but
don't believe you.
I don't know what to tell you, okay? I looked it up. He
You
never
guys-
worked for them.
Comment below. Do you
Comment
remember
below.
this?
One, comment below if you remember it and you feel like that's something that happened. But two, comment below if you have any actual proof. If you're
Either
able to
way.
find it anywhere that it actually happened. Now, here's the thing. There are tons of references to this, even in like television. One of my favorites, Golden Girls.
Oh yeah.
Golden Girls said, is it Rose? I can't remember which one of the ladies. It was either, I think it's Rose, says that Ed McMahon, she answers the phone and says something like, what, is it Ed McMahon with the check from the Publishers Clearinghouse?
That sounds like Sophia.
I don't think it was.
Well, there's a Mandela effect for you right there.
No, that's just
But no,
us
there
being
are
old.
callbacks to this in pop culture all throughout the 80s and
All over.
90s.
all over.
So I just don't believe it. So you're saying when you Googled, it said that he never handed out checks. He never
handed out checks for Publishers Clearinghouse. I can't say definitively that he never handed out a check to anyone. There might be an image of him giving a check, even maybe a giant check to someone at some point. But as far as for the Publishers Clearinghouse, him being the one to go knock on doors and do that, apparently it never happened.
I don't believe it.
I know, it's crazy. Okay, so now here's another one.
What?
There's a family of bears in children's books.
Yeah.
What are they called?
The Berenstain Bears.
You're so good.
What are they
You're
called?
so good. I would have told you that they're called the Bernstein Bears.
Well, okay. I did call them the Bernstein Bears when I was a kid.
Yeah.
and
So you're saying this is just that I'm mispronouncing from my youth?
I don't know. But I know there was a whole thing about it back in the day where that's one of the very first Mandela effects I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
But I did call them the Bernstein Bears when I was a kid. Now, being an adult, I know that it's the Berenstain Bears, right? The Berenstain Bears?
Yes.
So, I don't know. Which is it now?
Well, it's definitely the Berenstain Bears. This is not how I remember, I don't know if you can focus on that, it being spelled. It's not how I remember it being pronounced. So it's really interesting, but you can go back and look, and I would have fought you to the death if you had told me that that's not how it was, because I read these books all the time as a kid. I had so many of them. And yet, that is something that people mess up all the time.
Well, what are some other Mandela effects that you know of? Or is there anything? I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Yeah, okay. Well, Mandela, speaking of Mandela, one of the most famous ones is that people think that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s.
He died in a sushi bar outside of Toronto.
Mandela didn't die in prison. He actually served a 27-year prison sentence and was released in 1990. And he only died in 2013. But
Weird.
people really remembered him having died.
Is that where this phrase comes from?
Yeah.
It's because of that whole thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh, here's
Shazam?
one of my favorite ones. Shazam. This is one of my very favorite. It hits close to home, and Adam will know why. Sally Field, in her acceptance speech, people quote it as being, "You like me. You really, really like me." Yeah. She did not say that. She said, right now, hold on, let me look it up so that it's perfect. It's not "you like me, you really like me." And I've actually watched the video of this one. She says, I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
Even, I think when we first met, when we did that first show that we did, in the notes, because we were in a musical, like a Broadway review, it said, like, didn't it say in the notes to be like Sally Fields or something, and say, "You like me, you really, really."
That was the line was, "You like me, you really, really like me."
That's weird.
But yeah, that's not what she said. So that's funny. Oh, here's another fun one. The Monopoly Man. If you had to describe him and any accessories that he had. A monocle and?
A mustache.
A mustache and?
A hat.
A top hat.
Top hat.
He does not wear a monocle.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I remember him on all the little McDonald's games.
A monocle.
He had like a little monocle. I don't believe you.
I don't know what to tell you. The monocle does not exist.
Okay, don't forget Shazam. Is that the name of it?
Shazam. Okay, so Shazam was a movie. Sorry, I want to make sure.
Anyways, comment below. I mean, if you're new here, just know that we used to do a podcast every week, a paranormal podcast, and to believe or not to believe that is the podcast. But if you were to look back, you would see that it never existed. This is not real. It was a lie. The Mandela effect.
All a lie. Okay, so Shazam was a movie that came out in the 90s. I want to say early 90s.
Yeah.
Came out in the early 90s. Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player, made chicken wing entrepreneur.
Yeah.
He starred in it as a genie.
A genie.
He was a genie from Magic Lamp. Guess what?
What?
The movie never existed.
That's what I keep hearing from people.
It was never made.
Weird.
Apparently, no such movie exists. Now, I have clear memories of seeing this. I never saw the movie, but I remember seeing ads for the movie, seeing previews with it on it. So
Posters.
it's posters, like all of this crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. And I really do remember this.
Okay. Also, those of you watching, can you think of any topics you would like us to cover in our podcast? We are going to come back with more podcast episodes. We've just had a time, you know. I think the last time we got together was Thanksgiving, and then just life happened and life kept happening.
There's been a lot of hospital.
I was in the hospital, and I know you had stuff with your family.
Yeah.
So it's been crazy, but we've got to get back together because we miss you.
We do miss you.
Please forgive us.
We miss you. And just like that, people have misunderstood what Pikachu looks like through the Mandela effect.
Pikachu.
People incorrectly remember that Pikachu has black lines on the tip of his tail.
He does have a little black line.
Doesn't. It doesn't happen. It's not there.
I don't believe you.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. But
I feel weird that the camera's just in my face while I'm driving. You're the star of this episode.
Okay, you have to pick. Either complain about not being on camera.
I'll kill us right now!
The Mandela effect is caused by a cognitive function called false memory.
False memory.
Okay? So this isn't something that's like faked. It's not a lie. It's not deception.
Really?
It's just that people honestly believe the same thing. That's the crazy part, though, is that things have been distorted in such a way through us experiencing something that then it seems that we all have the same weird memory of it. But this is like a really odd thing to have happen all the time, especially to large groups of people.
We live in the Matrix.
That's an episode that I wanted to do. Adam says that all the time, that we live in the Matrix.
I believe we do sometimes.
So that is stop. If I'm holding the camera, I get to point.
You're talking and they can't see you, so you're just a voice coming out of nowhere while people just stare at my nostrils. That's so weird. That's great.
I think everyone would rather look at you. Look at that sexy coat.
Please, honestly. That was me being alpha.
Yes, you were. I am interested to hear what people think. Is this something that you've experienced? Is it something that someone you love has experienced? Is this something that for $12.99 a month, you and your loved ones could help a child? Is it happening? I don't know. I distinctly remember these things. Something that I have heard proffered as an option for maybe what's going on is that it's government testing. That it's this huge social experiment that the government is doing to try to see how we'll react, how we'll respond. So they're like scrubbing certain stuff from the world. But how does one do that? I don't know. I have a hard...
Speaking of, like, that just reminded me. Did you hear the story about, like, some Disney artist came forward the other day and said that Disney was paying him to add chemtrails to, like, all of the old Disney films so that it's not something that kids think is out of the ordinary in real life because they do it so much. Have you heard of this? I don't know if this is the same.
I've only heard of this from you and I don't really get it. Explain.
And I saw a video on YouTube where it's some Disney movie with like dinosaurs in it, and I don't know any of that Disney crap from like...
Disney with dinosaurs?
Yeah, and they were saying how Disney offered them this huge amount of money to go into the archives of older films, older Disney films and add chemtrails to the old Disney movies. I don't know the exact reasoning behind, but it just popped in my head, and I'm also driving, so I'm not going to look
Right.
it up.
So, chemtrails, if anyone is like not 100% sure what we're talking about, they're those long-lasting like tails in the sky left behind by aircraft. So like planes when they're going, and you see the cute little tail that sticks around. It kind of looks like smoke, or it's chemtrails. It looks like smoke that's just kind of stuck up behind the plane. Those are called chemtrails, and they're long-lasting, and they have like chemical and biological agents in them. Now, the conspiracy theory with this is that they the conspiracy is that they have chemicals or biological agents in them that are sprayed into them for nefarious purposes.
To kind of like the fluoride in the water to keep us complacent and dumb.
Fluoride in the water?
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
That's in Arizona. They have fluoride in the water.
I thought they had fluoride in the water everywhere.
I mean, maybe. I just know in Arizona that's like a big deal.
I don't think I have fluoride in my water, but I think that they're trying to pass laws to get rid of the fluoride because it is proven to have, I mean, they used fluoride in one of the wars, and they practiced using it on something for something. Yeah. This is real high.
We've done a lot of research.
Yeah.
This is thoroughly vetted.
Thoroughly researched.
Yes.
It's not me just trying to get out of the freeway.
Growing up, I was told that there's fluoride in the water to help with tooth decay.
And also cause brain damage.
I don't know. I haven't ever...
Y'all, I don't know. Don't even listen to me. I'm also, like, exhausted, and it's been a whole day. Let's look at this moon. Can you see that moon? Is it so pretty?
I looked it up here, and it says that in the 1940s and 50s, the Second Red Scare, far-right activists claimed that fluoridization?
Fluoridization. Isn't
Putting...
that those poor people in Florida? What happened to them?
Uh-huh. Putting fluoride in the water was part of a communist plot.
Communism. I knew it.
Dun, dun, dun. So, I don't know.
Me either. I just wanted to hop on here with Faye, let you know that we're still alive, we're still thinking about weird nonsense, and...
Or, are we?
alive?
Maybe this entire podcast, like Adam said earlier, is just the Mandela effect.
And we're in the Matrix, I know.
And you miss us, but
just
you
miss
never
us.
had us.
But you never had us?
Or we're going to show up at your door with a giant Publishers Clearinghouse check.
And we're going to knock on your door and we're going to be like, please let us in with our black-eyed
eyes. Children.
Ew. But yeah, the Publishers Clearinghouse, that's not even a thing. That 100% happened. I am willing to fight.
Publishers Clearinghouse did happen. And Ed McMahon was a real person who was a spokesperson for some company. But apparently they never went together.
I don't believe that.
I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't know what to tell you.
I have to just put my foot down.
Put it down. I don't know where.
Trying.
But put it down. Okay, well, on that note, this has been a lovely ride, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you for spending time with us.
We had fun. I mean, it was a nice little hello and how are you guys? We hope you're doing well. We've got dozens and dozens of podcasts that are up on, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can podcast. It's To Believe or Not to Believe, that is the podcast. You should go check it out, re-listen to us, and
comment about how much you love the name.
Comment how much you love, how long the name is, and be sure to just love us and adore us, pretty much, and make sure to like and subscribe and comment below.
We didn't get enough love in our childhood.
We didn't get enough love in our childhood. That is the truth. And I am sorry I'm not making eye contact with you. But,
we're gonna die. Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.
I believe in the Mandela effect.
Okay.
This is not a test.
Get out of here right now.
This is not a test. I'm being held against my will.
You are.
He's crazy.
You gotta show me how to get home.
Well, I got canned a few weeks ago, and my TV fell apart. My chili's cold, my cornbread's dry, my old John Deere just won't start. So that's why I'm sitting here singing this sad country song. Singing along, little doggy, and y'all come back now.
Y'all come back now.
Y'all come back now.